Hello? Hello? Do you hear me? Hello? Yay, I am heard. Alright, that's good. That's what I want to know. Alright. I hath arriveth. And yes, to those of you who are excuse me. To those of you who are members of the channel, you're gonna notice that your coins are fancier now. I got a commission for those, and I got a neat sprite artist to jazz them up, and now your coins are all extra jazzy. They're all shiny gold. Because the greater majority of the members of this channel are the same ones who have always been members of the channel, which means you've been here for like a year, which means you get the golden one. But if you started new, then you'd get like copper, or you can go green, and other such things. And in a couple more years, you guys will get even fancier ones. It's very nice. Nobody is in control of their money. Nobody. Anywho, let's see. We'll go over here. And you wish for me to tell you the time yet again? Very well. It is 7:01, you nerd. Cat is good. Yes. Oh, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They'll just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and set the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to your video game now. Well, that was nice. Well, that was delightful. That was entirely pointless, but I enjoyed it immensely. Thank you. All right, then. I guess we'll just hop ourselves in here. I have absolutely no idea how to trigger anything we haven't seen already, but we're gonna hope for the best. All right, we don't need the intro again. We've already partied down. Also, I just got an achievement for... Okay, quit the game and then start it again. I got an achievement for playing the game a second time. Okay, alrighty. You vote red door ending. I don't even know how to get that. I know of 3 you haven't done offhand. Well, that's good.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It's the
Stanley
same old,
decided
same
to go
old.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Just follow the narrator to the mind control facility? OBKB. It really does warrant an achievement, actually. Remember the blue and red doors? I do remember. One door's red and the other's blue. When you play the Muppets Party Crew, we've been there. We've done that. You went to the blue and not the red. I don't remember how I got that. Oh. I mean, it's so conveniently labeled. It's so conveniently labeled. Oh, not yet, but yeah, that's the deluxe stuff. Oh, never mind. Do this first. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. So, well, someone said I should go to the back to the mind control facility, and now everyone is saying do the new content. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, fine. Everyone is saying new content. New content!
Oh, new content?
Yes.
What does that mean? New content.
I don't know. You're the expert here, omniscient narrator man. Oh. There's a lot of weird systems in place inside this office building. Oh, now what's this mess?
Hello, And thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You're welcome.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
11 years ago? Really?
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Oh. I mean, I just bought it off of Steam,
Stanley Parable
man.
Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I see.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
I'm ready to be
Oh,
underwhelmed.
This sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
It's gonna be so extraordinarily underwhelming. I understand a setup when I see it.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I'm nothing special.
Is it broken?
I was looking
What's
for a button.
going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Or, oh, there we go.
Oh.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Thank you, Knight. It's a very dingy elevator.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
I don't have it. What do you mean I was looking for a button? No. Oh, it's the other way around. That's a weird elevator. I was looking for a button. A button to hit on the thing, on the elevator. Shut up, Maya. Man, these walls are white. Oh.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
That looks like a tape on a floor. I can jump now? It's a Christmas miracle. Jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around. Huh. Might as well jump. Boo, 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 do, 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 boo, boo, do, do, do. Yeah, let's heckin' go. I did it. Oh, that was the amount of jumps I had. I thought I was supposed to... Oh, was I supposed to do that? Or am I stupid? I mean, that was the jump circle. It's the circle of jumps. So I jumped in the circle. I was wondering if I was going to waste all jumps. I don't want to talk about it. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Oh, I thought I was doing what the game wanted me to do. Oh.
Goodness, another elevator.
I feel a
Stanley,
fool.
I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this
Technically.
is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good.
It's gonna be another circle?
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
That seems like a really nice chair. If I could jump anymore, I would have jumped into the chair.
That's it?
Huh.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
Really?
What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
You should.
It's my fault, Stanley.
It is?
I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
It could never have lived up to such expectations.
That's a common
If you're
pitfall,
still
dude.
with
I don't
me,
blame you.
Why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. no frills.
What
no
is the
gimmicks.
Stanley Parable all
Just
about?
You and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yeah, I'm down for that. You know, we really have developed a sense of camaraderie, haven't we, narrator? Oh, now what's all this? Well, this doesn't look like the usual office of which I dwell. In fact, that looks like a picture of the usual office of which I dwell. Hang on. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, well. As it turns out, we're not operating on Mario 64 rules, apparently. That is most unfortunate. Bleh.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Well, when an ominous voice that you can't really identify the source of says to crawl into a vent, you do it. Alright, sure. What do we got in here? Also, literally nobody calls it X. That's stupid. Coffee nut? Coffee isn't made out of nuts. It's made out of beans. What do you want? Oh. I hope you're not trying to do me a murder, omniscient voice. Because I'm actually willing to trust you on this one. I'm willing to be pals here. Live and let live.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Oh?
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Okay. Whoa. Whoa, what the heck is this? This is like some sort of giant mausoleum? What the heck is this all about? Whoa.
I call it the Memory Zone.
Wow.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
I see. I see. So what, like, am I in your brain or something? I don't even know. I don't even know how to interpret any of this.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
No.
Back then, video games had integrity.
I only played this for the first
Back
time
then,
last week.
It all meant something. Oh, the waste.
The Steam page. What's all this about? Was there really a collector's edition of the Stanley Parable? Huh. I see. An audience award of the 2014 Independent Games Festival. Interesting. Oh no, he's being one of those guys. Uh-oh. Ha! 2013 on the thing. Let's see. My first... Huh. That's a lot of things that happened in 2013. Let's see, what's this? The Stanley Parable thing. I'm not sure what this is. Clicks. I don't know. The original I don't even know what you're on about. I don't even know what you're on about. Good times. You know, it's kind of funny that, ultimately, I didn't experience all there is to experience in the base game before I jumped into this. Yeah, probably would have been, I don't know, this probably would have hit a little harder I played it, 11 years ago. Anyway, oh, what the British Academy of Film and Television. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, a trip down memory lane. Smile because it happens. I see. $1. Why is this on such an old-timey styles? Yeah, remember when I jumped off the thing to my death because I thought that's what I was supposed to do and you all laughed? Good times, good times. Go outside, don't play. Oh, I think I've heard of this. Yeah. That was the BAFTA for The Last of Us with Stanley taped over it. I don't know what The Last of Us is. Anyway. But yeah, unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. I remember hearing about this. Apparently, yeah. There's an achievement for not playing the game for 5 years. Interesting. A nominee. A nominee. Lots of nominations. A couple of YouTubers got that tech demo, like, I don't know what that is. New video game releasing today. Ooh. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Rutgers go from scandal to new crisis. 50% off designer hat! But a small creature owns the other half? Who's the small creature? Is it Maya? Is that possible? Business leaders pushing election of council allies. College show uneven effort to enroll the poor. Cost hindrance new tech. Well, here's the thing. You got to give everybody designer hats. That's what you got to do. That's what you really got to do. Yep. Maya is the small creature. I called it. And there I am. Dead. That was fun. Stanley Parable deals tough choice. Wait, did we just make the same joke? Yeah, we did. Woo! We sure did, my friend. We sure did. All right, well, I'm sure this is a lovely memory lane type stroll for people that have any idea what that's all about.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like
Oh, yeah?
the stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created."
Huh.
Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing.
Why Persona
It's no
3?
games at
4 is
all.
better.
It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I mean, an hour of content is an hour of content. I gotta be honest, though. I don't know if being up your own butt about your review scores is a good look. Just saying, Mr. Narrator. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm sure that the Stanley Parable was a rather popular thingamadoo, and, you know, obviously it's still popular right now because people have, you know, flocked over to, you know, see me play it of all things, and I can understand that, but I don't know. This seems kind of like one of those, you know, experience-type games where, you know, you get into it, you do whatever there is to do, you experience it, and then there's literally no actual point to ever play it ever again at any point, you know? So it's like, it's one of those types of games. Like, I don't, like, once this is all said and done, I'll look back on the time I played the Stanley Parable, and I'll say, you know, that was a pretty fun time. Pretty neat little experience I had right there. Oh, well, play it again? Well, no, of course not. Why would I ever do that? I did everything there is to do. There's no variable. There's no shock. There's no change. There's no nothing, you know? It's the exact same experience, and the experience is the quality writing. Once you've experienced it, there's not much that left there is to do, you dig? That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Fantastic arcade. I see. The tasteful nostalgic. It was good. Nightstar created that. He's a publisher. Memory zone maintenance. Oh. Not even gonna let me go down the memory maintenance hole? How dare you. Person of the year, Blurry Stanley. Okay, admittedly, a Stanley action figure would be kind of neat. Some kind of coding? What do you mean I missed the comment? No, Blazing Dreamer got a 4 out of 10 from the Wisconsin Herald. Yeah, I saw it. I was in the middle of an unfunny and uninteresting ramble about nothing at all night. I can't drop it in the middle of everything just to talk about your every little comment. I'm over here trying to do my best. All right, man. Oh, I guess there really was a collector's edition. That's neat. You're a hammer engine.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Oh boy.
The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
I feel like that's
It
a bit of
didn't
an
need anything
exaggeration.
else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Huh. Well, if you say so. Going by red versus blue logic of shaking your head as you talk, which I tried personally. Yeah. I mean, that's what I do. Otherwise, how do you know I'm talking? I don't know. It really does just kind of... Oh, hey! It's the red and blue doors. Neat. That's pretty neat. That's pretty nifty keen. This is a very strange experience. So can I open this door? No, I cannot. I don't seem to really have anywhere else I can go. Is there something I could do with a bicycle? Well, that's something to ruminate upon once we get out of here. The greatest wealth is memory. Oh, what up?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
That's an unhealthy viewpoint, my guy. You can't live in the past. You gotta keep walking forward. I mean, sure, the things of your past are delightful, but if you never go anywhere into the future, you'll never be able to experience new awesome things. Like, maybe your favorite game ever created ever isn't created yet, and you'd never know that if you don't let yourself go into the future, you know? I get that it could be scary, but, you know, you gotta look at the positives. That's all I'm saying. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I tell myself to stop having such existential dread and panic attacks about the progression of time, because rest assured, I have that a lot. Doesn't really seem like there's anything for me to do in here. There's a bunch of boxes in the way, so I can't keep walking over there. And I can't open a door. I guess I could go back. Alright, can't go back there. Oh, the maintenance zone!
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
No one ever does.
What's this? What's down here?
Cold drinks are down here. Anyway, it's kind of funny. It's like, huh, I don't remember this part of the memory zone. What's this all about?
No. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh, no.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, here we go.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Is that what this game is? I don't know if you hit the mark on that one, buddy. Regardless, could you maybe not try to crush me to death underneath a lackluster Steam review? Also, could you imagine being the dude that left that review? I don't know if that... I legitimately like to think that that was a review left in, like, 2013 that they grabbed. And then many, many years later, somebody, that guy gets messaged. It's like, hey, did you know that you're in that game now? It's like, what? Unfunny? Said with a cadence of a very offended British man. The reviews are real, but the names are changed. I guess that would be the smarter way to do it. I suppose that makes some degree of sense. Alright, well, let's take another gander, eh? Oh, well, hey, at least that one's positive. It's just upside down.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Oh, boy.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I?
I don't want to be involved
You
in
can
this.
tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
I mean...
Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Oh.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Well, I mean, I know I kind of implied that the game wasn't all that in a bag of chips and whatnot, but I mean, like, you shouldn't look at it from that perspective. I mean, a lot of people really loved this game. A lot of people still really love this game, but not everything is going to appeal to everybody. You don't need to feel bad about that. I mean, you can be a bit wordy, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. You don't need to worry. I dare say that the greater majority of people would say you're the most memorable part of the experience. So, you know, no worries. It's all fine.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
Oh boy.
I wish there was a skip button.
Ooh.
Skip button. Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about this.
Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have
It's what
delivered.
some people have said.
No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue.
Oh,
and
boy.
It goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably...
I like
we
hearing
are
your
until the
nonsense.
end of time, at which time everything all at once. So, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245.
Well, now you're
But
just
the
saying
logic of
words.
elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday.
Are you
Here
okay,
and there,
buddy?
forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is.
I'll
How
skip
many
when I'm
billions there-
ready.
Until so much more than forever ago. Which is why I say, the story and the choices,
okay.
or what have you.
So now you're
and
in a
therefore,
loop.
By
I
becoming
see.
it is,
All right, then.
so on and so forth, until inevitably.
Well, I just
or
wanted to
until
wait
the
for the
end of
loop.
Time, at which... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
I see.
Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations.
I mean,
Not
I
that,
listened
of
to the
course, you made a
majority
description
until you
of it,
started
but
repeating.
if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto.
Ooh.
Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think.
Okay.
So my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice.
Yeah.
That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite. You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting
My
you
choice
and
is
not
to not
affecting
make
you
a
at the
choice.
same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning
I get it,
towards
I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it.
But now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it
Okay.
has much more of a treatise vibe to it.
Okay,
But
okay.
wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone?
Oh,
It has a
absolutely.
mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history.
Yeah, no, I agree with
Ambitious
that.
history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto.
Yeah,
Heavens,
yeah,
at
yeah.
this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look. I have a method for exactly this sort of situation. And
Okay.
I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other. In
Okay.
which case, the word I am not sick of shall be the victor.
Oh, I've played that
It is
game
an
before,
unimpeachable
actually.
strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations.
Fair, fair.
All right, here we go.
Okay, sure.
Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise.
Hang on. I just had an idea. I had an idea for something. Hang on just 1 second here. Let's see. Hang on.
Manifesto. Treatise. 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 Manifesto.
I may not have the powers of an omniscient narrator, but I've got some things available to me. Woo!
Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise.
All right. Okay. Although, hang on a second. Just because I understand, let's see, a treatise definition, just to be on the safe side. A formally concluded and ratified agreement between countries. That is a treaty, not a treat-us. No, treat-us. How do I need, no, that's a treat. I know what that's all about, but no, I need a treat-us. A treatise? A written work dealing formally and systematically with a subject. That's a treatise.
Manifesto.
There we go.
Treatise. Manifesto.
There you go. That
Treatise.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Manifesto.
Anyway, good luck with your
Treatise.
thing, my guy. Personally, I think Manifesto does
Treatise.
sound much grander.
Manifesto.
I hope you land on that.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But
Perhaps.
that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over.
I mean, I just
Oh,
wait for you to
can't
repeat
wait to see
yourself.
what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps.
Are you allowed to
be
do that?
honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about
Perhaps
that.
that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
Perhaps.
Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new
I
feature
think it's
to make
Gabe
it
Newell?
possible to edit one's review.
Or maybe he gave it to
merely
someone
because
else?
of
I
this
don't know.
very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review.
Makes
so
sense.
that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
Your subtitles vanished, my dude. Huh. Were you supposed to go silent on me there, boyo? Well, let's see what hitting the button again does for us.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now,
Hey.
I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Is
That
it?
last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes.
Well, I mean, you went
It's
dead
not
silent on me, dude.
unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it?
I know,
But at
right?
any
I've been
rate,
there.
I do suggest that we not press the button again. I
Okay.
think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Yeah,
Where
what
did
happened to the door?
go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
There was.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that.
Oh,
You
I
see
mean,
a
the Kool-Aid
window
Man's
there?
made it work
A
for many
porthole?
years.
A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there?
There was.
Where there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
Lord knows I can
Is there
try.
any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all.
I'm working on it.
I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please. Please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button.
Okay.
Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Okay. This reminds me of high school. A lot of my free time was spent just kind of sitting in the corner of chain link fences and floors like this, just kind of waiting for time to go by. Just waiting for the classes to start so I can go in and sit and wait until eventually I was allowed to go home. You know, I can almost even kind of sort of look back on those times almost somewhat nostalgically. Well, it obviously beat the alternative of attempting to socialize with people. Every tiny, minute aspect of my existence mercilessly criticized by anybody I dare try to speak to. That school. At least it was for me. I hear other people have more positive experiences. Of course, I've always been personally of the mind that anyone who says that high school were the best years of their lives, whew, that's certainly not good. Do you have any idea how much life you have after high school? To say that that very small moment in time comparatively to the grand scheme of your life was the best you ever had it? Whew, boy. Yeah. Why are you guys telling me to hit the button? The narrator told me to wait for him. Yeah, no, there was nobody with like-minded interests in my school. Trust me, I tried. I tried. I have to hit the button? But the narrator asked me not to. And I'm trying to honestly be pretty cool with the guy right now. Bold of you to think I had friends in high school. Oh, I guess I have no choice. Because this will be the rest of the stream you have to skip. Oh, well. Okay, sorry, Mr. Narrator, but the voices in my head told me I have to do this.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Mamma mia!
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone.
Aren't you the one who rose this entire building and button up out of the water?
Angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley.
Bummer.
There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again.
I didn't wanna!
I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't
Is that light
touch
broken?
it, and
Always?
I have to believe. I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews.
I mean, I didn't want to do
Those
it.
reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback.
Mood.
Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me?
I
I've
know,
never even
right?
met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are.
They probably live in
It
Wisconsin.
doesn't matter, but here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me.
I
The
know.
merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself.
Yeah, no, I get it,
can't
dude.
stop
I do.
myself
Don't
from
worry.
lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment.
You can't please everybody,
What
my
does
guy.
such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone.
I'm
And
sorry.
I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely
Oh.
you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here.
I don't
and
wanna.
Surely you'll put your own desire to see
Blame
what's
the chat.
next
They
ahead
did
of my
it.
need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety, that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, 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 I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore.
You appear to
the
have started
negative
repeating
feedback.
yourself, my friend.
Why was it so important?
And
for
a
me
very
to
awkward
fix the
sense,
problem?
too.
Why
Also,
did
I don't hate
Cookie Nine's
Wisconsin. It's a
opinion
perfectly
matter so
nice
much to me?
place.
I've never even met Cookie Nine.
But you know,
I have no
I'm just
idea
saying.
who
So
they
no, I don't
are.
hate Wisconsin.
What would
It's
it ever
more of an
really matter?
Idaho
But
thing.
here I am. I'm fixated.
Well, sorry.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're
Oh,
back.
hey, the lights
Oh,
weren't
my
supposed to be
goodness.
broken.
I have someone to talk to again.
Hello.
Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Damn.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right?
Kinda.
Me talking and you saying nothing.
So how different is it for
Would
you, really?
think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing?
Oh,
Me
yeah.
just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm
Oh.
realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in.
Well, I
These
am.
words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me.
I
Because
can.
maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real.
Ooh.
Maybe
Philosophical.
I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes.
If I'm
Perhaps
fiction,
I've
it's a
been scared
boring
this
ass
whole
story.
time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us. And and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness.
Damn.
I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here.
Makes sense to me.
I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction.
Yeah.
I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart.
I mean, again, I don't want to hit the
think of
button,
returning to
dude.
such
I don't get a
coldness.
choice.
Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
I'm not buying a Dreamcast. Shut up. Who'd do that? This game really does a great job of going from funny to depressing. Man, things are gonna get weird when I come back after this.
Oh, hello. It's you.
It's
You're
me.
Here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you
Damn.
ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let
Yeah,
me
actually, I
describe
did.
it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life.
Damn.
All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me.
Was
it? Was
it?
unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment.
Thanks,
And I
Pops.
felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible.
Why is
The
that beeping?
spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my
Is that to stop fires?
And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might
And
say
you have really
or
been
do something
ruminating over this, haven't you?
but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is.
Are you trying
and
to
for
tell
you
me
to
that
be in
one day
true
I'll have to
terror
deal with
of its
existential
eventual
dread? Because,
arrival?
buddy,
If
I am
can
long since
only
past
do
that
this,
point.
only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
Narrator, look, I understand that you're kind of locked in a room with nothing but your own thoughts for a very long, extended period of time. But I'm sorry. I very much am sorry right now. But are you really trying to tell me that your pain is somehow unique or special in comparison to others? Like, oh no, I'm stuck ruminating on all of the existential nightmares that consist of existence. Like, look, I get it. All right, you're in a room. You're in a room by yourself and you don't have much going on here, but do you think you're the only person to be devoid of stimulation like that? I'm sorry. Not a doing. Not a doing at all, alright? Seriously, man. I've been there, I've done that, I've lived that life. And I can think of a great majority of people that have done the exact same thing. Alright? I get it. I get it. Times are tough. Times are tricky and you got a lot on your mind. But you gotta knock that mess off, okay? We're all going through something, alright? No pain is unique. It's all shared with someone else. So just roll with it, man. Yeah, I'm living with that. I made See, Nightstar gets it. It's all about those small moments that make it all worth it in the end. Anywho, you seem to have just kind of dried up on the old talkie-talkie spell, so there you go. I am cutting him some slack, but I'm also saying, look. A part of any two-person relationship is give and take. Pull and push. That's what this is, okay? And as the narrator's only thing that could be quasically referred to as a friend, it's only good and fair that I am allowed to say my piece on the matter and also give him the entire lowdown of how I'm personally feeling about the situation, okay? So I get it. You are going through some things, and I understand. It's dark and it's scary. Well, what I'm trying to say is not, in fact, a soliloquy full of hate and malice towards you. No. I'm trying to give you nothing more than a beacon, a bastion. I'm letting you know you're not alone. Everybody's going through stuff. I say this. What I'm telling you, okay? Listen. My intention is pretty clear. When I say that your pain isn't unique, I'm not trying to diminish it or devalue its existence. What I'm saying is that it exists within a paradigm or of a similar wavelength to so many other people. You should be able to find comfort in that aspect, I personally feel. And maybe I don't have your fancy British accent or your mastery over the English language, allowing you to be able to convey your thoughts and feelings so eloquently. And I'm just kind of left stambling, bumbling my way over, and stuttering all over myself. But my points are no less valid. Simple as that. And as your friend narrator, I also dare say that wishing pain upon others, bit of a dick move. To say that because you're feeling pain, that I must feel the same, that others must feel the same? I don't think so. That's not the look. That's not the style. That's not what you should be doing. And I don't know how long I'm going to be sending you into the lurch by hitting this button. But I can only hope that with enough time, you'll be able to circle back around to a state of rationality. Go so insane, perhaps, that you circle back to sanity. You'd be surprised. It could happen. The narrator does not seem to still be here. Yeah. Well, even if the narrator isn't around anymore, the way I see it, every time I hit this button, I seem to get put into a state of suspended animation. So theoretically, I could just keep hammering away at this button, and eventually enough decades will pass by that the room itself will atrophy, and I'll be able to escape that way. That makes sense. Oh, hey, the clock fell down. Damn it, Mitchell! The heck is beeping? I mean, if Stanley aged, he would have died of starvation after, like, a solid year of nothing. I can only assume you're beeping. Why is the smoke alarm beeping? You stop that. Ugh, nuts to that. You think I can't wait you out? You'll die eventually.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new
Actually,
Stanley
that was your
parable.
idea, not theirs.
We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in.
I mean,
it seems
sort
that
of.
we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives.
I mean, yeah.
It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression.
He's
And
not
so-
wrong. He's
so
spitting
because
facts
of
right
this,
now.
We require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are.
To
What
a degree.
shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
am
you
the
really
calm
sound like a
center of
dude.
gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me.
Oh, that's a dark path to walk
Yes,
down,
of
buddy.
course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these
I'm not
reviews now,
owned.
you
I'm
can
not
see it.
owned,
You
he
can
said.
taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think. To feel. It must be that they were so discontent
I'm
with
not
themselves, they
angry.
couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam.
It's been about 10 years at this
Perhaps
point
it
for him.
says far
Woo,
more
boy.
about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see,
I mean,
is
you're the one who
clearly
kinda
why they
sat in
felt the
silence
need
for
to
a few
expect
years,
that
dude.
the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amused them endlessly from start to finish.
It could be two
But they
things.
didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to
Oh, I
speak
think
to
he's
the
been in the
human
middle of a
condition.
madness
But where are the
mantra for a
jokes?
few
Where are
years.
The jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed.
Ooh,
they
that's an
gnashed
issue.
their teeth and
That's a problem. Yeah, he's just kind of stuck in a big old loop of self-anguish. That is a problem. I see, I see, I see. Seriously, eventually a building should atrophy. Maybe he passes out from the rambling? I mean, no, Lord knows I've been there a few times. Hey-oh!
the end, is never 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 the end.
Well, that would explain the loading screen.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Wait. Hang on. Hang on.
Never the end, is never the end.
Yeah, there you go. That works.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Maybe this is just my own method of coping. Now just imagine Stanley busting an absolute move to this. I'm not going to be able to find the perfect tempoed techno song to his absolute break of sanity. I'm not going to be able to do that. I just grabbed something that I could. Anyway, you'll work yourself through it, buddy. You're fine. You'll be fine. You know, ultimately, you are the one who created the skip button in the first place, so, you know, it's like, you know. You did it to yourself. And also, considering the amount of times that you've reset the game, I mean, what exactly stopped you, you know? Hey, the building's finally starting to atrophy! Hell yeah! Okay, we'll be able to get out of here in just a matter of a couple thousand more years. Very cool, very cool. We got this. Let's keep going. Ooh. Hello. Okay, we're making some real progress. It took a while. But soon this building will have crumbled to a point where I'm finally able to escape. I know he technically said he had no power, but why would he suddenly be bereft of all of his power? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let's just keep hammering the button. Ooh. Pretty. Yo, once this vegetation grows a little bit more, we'll be able to climb our way right on out of here. Fantastic. Oh yeah, we're making real progress now. Huh. Oh. Oops. Huh. Ah, dang it. I think we might have gone a little too far. I think the sun might have gone out. Oops. Never mind. I think the natural end of existence is upon us at this point. Yeah, we might be rapidly approaching the heat death of the universe. Well, that's a bummer. May as well see where the rabbit hole goes. Wow, those are some ominous noises coming out of there, huh? Well, if anything out there was going to kill me, I feel like it already would have. Unless I'm in, like, a protective force field whenever I've frozen in time. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of weird screeching yellow madness going on out there. Unfortunate. Huh. Anyway, wham blam. Oh. Oh. Hello. Huh. Oh, I guess maybe the couple times I hit the skip button, it was just, the sun didn't die, it was just nighttime. Huh. Well, at least I was right. The building did eventually atrophy. Unfortunately, so did every single piece of vegetation and water within several thousand miles, but hey, whatever. I don't think they blew up anything. Atrophy? Huh. Well, that was fun. So, you back with me, Mr. Narrator?
All of his co-workers.
You're back!
What did it mean?
See, that's all it
Stanley
takes. A
decided to
good
go to the
old-fashioned
meeting
game
room. Perhaps he had
reset.
simply missed a memo.
That was quite the little adventure we just had ourselves. My goodness. Well, all right then. All right then. Oh. New content, you say? Well, I did just spend an accumulative couple 100,000 years inside a concrete bunker while the narrator slowly went insane the last time I did this. But, I don't know, that's a pretty tempting neon sign.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
I did.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh boy. No soup. It's never the end, is 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 never the end. Anyway, what do you got for me, boyo? This content is so new, you don't even know what we're gonna be doing with ourselves.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
I don't know, I've been having
The
fun.
Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Mamma mia! Well, how about
you
that?
See, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
Everybody
Think of
loves
all
a
the new
sequel.
Territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why there are so
Two
many
phones?
possibilities. It could go
Oh, that
in
one looks a
so
little
many
broken.
different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. The end is never the end. Again! I see, I see.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier
Taste
than
the
Ultra
sequel.
Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement.
Joke's on you, I've
right
never played
there.
Half-Life 1 or
It's
2.
future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
You guys have been showing up on the thing, right? Yeah, okay. I was just making sure the chat box is working. I thought so. Huh. I do like this rug. This is a very nice rug. Ties the room together. The end is never the end again. Let's the end is never again. What? You're hurting my brain with your word speaks now. Yeah, just give it some time. I'm sure Netflix will end up making some kind of really mediocre show about this concept. New content is out. New content is in part 2. Old and busted. New hotness. Cool red section of the chart and the boring sections of the chart. We've got a lot going on here. Yeah, it's all coming together. They're back! 2 doors in the Stanley Parable 2. Everybody everywhere loves 2 doors. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I see. Logo ideas. Wait, thanks for it. Good part. Oh, that's delightful. 4
Now,
doors
be
would be too
clear,
many.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But
Mood.
let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Okay.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them.
Yeah.
It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Now, hang on a second here. Hang on just 1 second. Hang on. There we are. Okay. With all these ferns all over the dang place, it's only right. Oh god, no. The on-today simulator mind said, no. Don't worry. I'm sure it won't be nearly that bad. Anyway, what's this all about? 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils? Oh, heck. Oh, heck. 2 arms, 2 legs. Who took the red marker? Me. Nightstar, why are you always taking the red marker away from the narrator? Why would you do that? You don't gotta be all like that. Ooh, what's this? Let's see. L to the Stanley Parable is the prequel to the Stanley Parable 2, is the sequel to the Stanley Parable, is the woo, man, man, you're hurting my brainscape. Brrrah. Nightstar's always stealing the red markers. Dude's obsessed with that. This way to the show floor. Ooh, look how fancy. New features. Like maybe a run button? That'd be pretty cool. I think we could all appreciate something like that in our lives. That's all I'm saying. Damn, I feel like I'm at some kind of convention.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The reassurance bucket? Okay, I admit to being curious about that. Also, hey, check this out. Look how confused Stanley is. That's always fun. The button that says the name of the player that is playing this game? Oh, I'd like to see you try. Okay, everybody is really freaking out about a bucket. Is that your guys' way of saying that I should go and see the reassurance bucket? Is that what I should do? Ooh, merchandise. Ooh. This t-shirt is the best new feature. It's true. Hey, is that the adventure line? I think it might be. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I'd wear a shirt that just has the number 2 on it. I can do the button first if I want. I kind of want to do the button first. Do what I want first? Okay, then I'm gonna. All right, I want to see this fail. I want to see what this is all about.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
It will not do that.
Isn't that wonderful?
You have literally no way of knowing what my name is. Also, if I'm being honest, I think I prefer the bigger button. I think the biggest button is the best button. That's what I have to say. Well, prepare to be underwhelmed.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Ah.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name.
Imagine if your name was actually Jim,
Yes,
though.
Let's have you role play as Jim to really
That would have
simulate
freaked
the
you
full
out, I bet.
experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Okay, well, I mean, that's more than easy enough. Hang on. It only requires the smallest amount of work. I should be able to make that work out just fine. Okay, that's obviously not going to work. Hang on. We're about to walk down one hell of a path for a very, very silly joke. Rest assured of that. Hang on. I am not the Jim of Ultra. You stop that. You stopped that mess yesterday, okay? Okay. Then Okay, don't want to close that down, otherwise I'll look a fool. There we are. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Now there we go. Jim. It's him.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim.
In the dirt?
Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim.
Well, I
and as
guess I
Jim,
would have space
watching
travel.
your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I hope not.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Then again, being voiced by Dan Castellaneta would be pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. It's a better voice than the one I've got.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
Oh, I agree.
Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
It sure did. It sure did, Maya. But no, imagine if you really were named Jim when you played this game. Man, for a brief moment, you would be actually kind of freaked out.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
Yeah.
That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
I mean, that is cost effective. You can't say that it wouldn't be. Let's see. Everybody seemed pretty... Oh, wait, look back. The button that says Jim. You heard Jim in the game. It's Jim. That's Jim. That's stupid. That's stupid as hell. But you know what? You guys are right. I should press the button again after he told me to stop hitting the button. You're right. I should, and I will.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Too much Jim?
I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Aww. All right, you heard the man. There's just too much Jim. There's just too much Jim going on here. And goodbye, Jim. All right. I'm glad we had this moment together. Groovy. All right, let's go. Jim's got important things to do. Probably fight a slug for a butt. You know how it is. Yeah. All right, then. So everybody seemed pretty, absolutely, you know, jazzed and crazed about this here, reassurance bucket. So let's go see the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it.
There's no bucket.
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Is it
You
now?
see, Stanley,
Oh.
anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
I
To
see.
be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
That makes
Can you
sense.
Imagine what a pain in the ass that would be. Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
It's a pretty good bucket.
Give it a try.
I could grab the bucket, or I could commit to the bit. And you know what? Let's commit to the bit. We are gonna do just that. Hang on. Nope, that's not what I want. Let's see here. Yes, yes, this looks to be roughly thereabouts of what I would want. You gonna be good on this one here, or... You are! Alright, that works fantastic. Alright, cool. Alright. Alright, then let's go ahead. Alright, Fern, I'm gonna need your assistance for this one, alright? This is important, alright? Okay, now you just chill out right there for a second, okay, girl? Alright. And then we'll just go ahead. There we are. All right. Okay. Making it happen. Now there must be like a... Hang on. There we are. Okay. There we are. Okay. All right. There you go. There you go. Yeah, the PNG definitely lied to me about its transparency. Unfortunate, but Fern has obtained a new level of power, and we can all feel really glad about that. Anyway, fine. I have a bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Perhaps.
In fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Oh, thank you.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
I doubt that.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go
I'm pretty
unnoticed,
unappealing.
don't they? All this and more.
Maybe if I put the
await
bucket
you
over my
in the
head, then I
Stanley
would. Then
Parable
what you're
2.
saying would be true. Well, I can't put the bucket down, so I guess I'll just keep it with me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
You don't say. You don't say. Well, I do have a bucket. I can feel pretty good. Ooh, red is the new orange. You don't say. I guess I just have this bucket now. Ooh, a new and easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Ooh, that sounds delightful. I want an easy achievement. Look how happy Stanley is to have achieved. The bucket can rewrite reality? Yeah, you say that. Let's see. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours now. I see. All right, then.
Here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
I mean, you're the one who told me about it.
I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel.
Fair enough.
To at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Nightstar's a gamer. Well, that was fun, I guess. Depending on your definition of fun, I suppose. I don't know why I had to go into such a creepy location in order to be able to facilitate that, but alrighty, cool.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I don't know. Why is there a giant Stanley? Oh, is this why you guys thought it was funny when I said a Stanley action figure? Because of this monstrosity? Oh, boy. I saw the jump circle over here. Oh, hey. I still have 0 jumps remaining.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Sorry. I thought that's what you wanted, man. You don't just put a jump circle into a game and expect someone not to jump in it. Check out the collectible area? Very well. I guess I'll do just that. I'm kind of annoyed by the fact that I'm carrying this freaking bucket, man. Somebody put that freaking sandwich down, man.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In
Indeed.
the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines.
Ooh.
And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh, that
I
is
don't want to
innovative.
stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
That's what all things I do ultimately result in. That do be Stanley, though. Huh. All right.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Yeah, Maya. All right. Well, that certainly was a thing. Let's see. The jump circle, this map for the achievement, the button that says the name of gym, merch, settings, world champion, reassurance bucket, decorations, epilogue collections, the infinite hole. I am curious about an infinite hole. Oh, the big thing that says the infinite hole. It won't end. I see. That sounds like the kind of thing that I would fall into and not be able to get out of, so maybe I shouldn't do that first. I mean, I am very intrigued by the infinite hole. Well, actually, it's kind of looking like there ain't nothing much else for me to do. Well, hang on, what's this all about? This is the exit. Well, I don't want to leave. I want to see the infinite hole. All right, you know what? Nuts to it. Let's go check out the infinite hole. I mean, why not, right? What else are we gonna do? What's that? No screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I mean, out of these two, I mean, I gotta say, I mean, what if it is somebody's, you know, step niece's 12th birthday, right?
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Wow, all right. I see how it is. Damn. Damn, all right. Damn.
Actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Why even bother asking my thoughts at all if that's how things were gonna go? All right, fine. Let's go check out this stupid infinite hole. Let's go fall down the pit of infinite horrors. Oh, well, now what's all this? Time infinity, distant future, distant space-time, distant past, time. Okay, look. Okay, I don't know your sciences. Let's see. The holy moly, how deep can we dig? You're not wrong, Knight. You're not wrong at all. Let's see. Infinite hole chart. Hole, depth, space, more hole, infinity, science, more. Educational use only. I see. I mean, I'm going to drop myself and the bucket down the hole, so technically I'm dropping the bucket down the hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of.
What
It's
up?
never been done before in a video game.
Doubt it.
This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling.
Neat.
You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Makes sense. I do like the bricky texture. What have I got to lose? I already saw the apocalypse. This is gonna be an interesting sensation. Oh,
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
really? I'll wait a little bit.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Oh, really?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh, really?
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
Very nuanced.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective,
Well,
the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Ow.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
I sure
You found
did.
out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
I do have a lot of dreams
Not
about
one
it.
person actually wants to fall infinitely.
Maya
I
does.
figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
You're the one who built it.
Look, things got a little heated.
Don't make
there. I
promises
think
you
we
can't
both
keep.
said some things we didn't mean.
I said
Why
nothing.
Don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I'm kind of having my mind blown by this. Every pause button is a Roman numeral too. It's true. It honestly is true. Let's see. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Oh, that is pretty cool. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see. Meeting at 2 p.m. Sincerely, management. That's a lot of stuff. Also, man, someone threw a whole lot of damn cigarettes up in here. Huh, well, neat.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you.
The problem was always
The problem is that
me!
you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Ow.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Yeah,
I
a
couldn't
lot.
help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before.
I really did.
Admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
I used to sleep on top of a heat vent. I just felt like sharing that.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Well, you're more than willing to... You're more than welcome to seal it up if it bothers you. Ah! Whee!
How could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Ow!
Wow. Okay.
This hole is getting very tiny.
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
However that
I
works.
suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep.
Yeah, it's
even
just
by the lax
kinda
overall
a hole.
standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length.
That's what she
Here,
said.
Let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is.
Whoa.
The shame of my lie has come to haunt me.
It sure
How is
has.
this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge?
Has a
You
bucket.
just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Fun.
Is the, teleport button not working?
Sure isn't.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Yeah, no.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
What up?
I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Oh.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
That does
Take
sound like a
care,
win-win.
Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
I will. And joke's on you, it's not just me and the hole, it's also me, the hole, and this bucket. And a lot of cigarette butts. Why did I just hear the Inception dwah? What was that? Yeah, you'd think I'd just be able to use the bucket as a means of getting out of here. Yeah, I also have the chat. You know. Oh. Oh, all right then, let's go. Yeah, I don't think the narrator likes me too much. I am the arbiter of this whole. I will be the one to see the bottom. Also, change my perspective. Ooh! Ooh! It's neat that I really do still be holding that bucket, though. Dang. Dang. This infinite hole is very infinite. Ooh, my perception? Well, that's delightful. Well, yeah, let's change my reality so that I'm less of a weird-looking dude. Ooh, I'm getting so many different options. Ooh, it's like a blood portal. Oh, now I'm finding some ancient bones. Dogs? Not in this economy. Going through time and space? Yeah! Now this is a wormhole, brother. I don't even know what this one is supposed to convey, but I got it. And this one just changes the colors. Well, this just sounds like somebody struggling with a piano. Change myself? Gasp! I'm some kind of man box. Well, this is just all kinds of crazy. Oh, dang, what happened to me? What did I just transform myself into? Oh, I'm upside down. I became feet. Fascinating. Oh, now what's this mess? It looked like that weirdo from Paranorman.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
What?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
Why not?
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them.
Okay.
Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
You're aggressively British. The end is never 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 the end. Hey, I'm back.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Didn't I already do all of the new features? Fun fact, that was an actual ending. Damn straight it was. I already went to the jump circle and this map and the free achievement, to the gym button, the merch. I guess I never saw Settings World Champion. Okay, so if I'm there, then the Settings World Champion would be... what? Check the hole again. Huh. Alright, sure. I'll check the hole again, why not? Hole 2, Electric Boogaloo. I admit, there is a part of me that would, like, very much like to think and hope that he's like, oh god, please no. Please don't go back to the damn hole. I just got you out of there. Oh. Oh. I see how it is. You've deprived me of the hole. And yet, I'm still stuck with this bucket! Ugh! Alright, fine. Won't let me jump back down a big ol' hole. Stuck with this godforsaken bucket. Wasting all my damn time. Okay, well, I tried to find Settings World Champion. That doesn't seem to be anything. I guess we could look for the epilogue? That's pretty much all that's left, it seems. I saw everything else. We lost our hole privileges. Bummer. First the adventure line, now the bucket. What is your beef, my man? I have no beef. You're the beef Wellington up in here. I'm just out here living my best life. Let's go through here. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
It would.
Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Lord knows Nightstar's figuring it out later, I'll tell you that much. Oh, there's the Settings World Champion. All right, here we go. Man, you're no fun, narrator. Saddle me with a godforsaken bucket. All right, so there is no epilogue. There is no Settings World Champion. I am now of the opinion that I have done literally everything that there is to do. I think I found an exit at some point. Yeah, I guess let's just try to figure out that and leave. The door can be opened. Try all settings. What are you talking about, try all settings? What are you on about? What cockamamie nonsense are you up to? Try all settings. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Every slider, all buttons and settings? Okay, fine. There's my field of view. Yep. Camera sensitivity. Wow, Nelly. Then invert. Controller vibration. Italiano. Espanol. Yorkshire. Polski. Some other kind of language. Who knows? I got subtitles for days, man. There's an achievement for it. All right. Master volume. What?
This is the story of a man named...
Yeah, it is. Huh. Neat. I already messed with all that. I just messed with all of the settings humanly feasible, and what has it got me? Nothing. What credentials does your lab coat give you? What does it give you? Nothing. Do you think it gives you free justification to lie openly to me? I can't. You don't want me to mess around with the damn aspect ratio? Are you kidding with this? Okay, VSync, windowed, full screen, all that mess, anti-aliasing, quality profile, boom. Controls, simplified. Wah, wah. Wah, wah, ha, hey, hey. How about all that? Okay. Damn it, where'd the E key go? There's the E key. Caturl, auto walk, reset key bindings. To qualify, you have to see every single option on the settings. I have now seen every single option in the settings. Oh, wait, no, there's more. Oh. Subtitle size, fine, large. The reticle? Yeah, you better show the reticle. Yeah, let's make it a plasma rifle. That sounds pretty cool. Joe's favorite. Who the hell's Joe? Oh, Windows. I don't know who Joe is, but yeah, all right. It's Joe. I mean, it is his favorite. Reticle size. There we go. We'll make it really big. But we'll also make it really opaque. Accessibility. Translation labels. Yep, this is how translation labels will be displayed. Okay. Color labels. Content warnings. Reduce motion. Low dexterity mode. Toggle auto walk. Yep. There you go. I did it. I only gone and done did it. And yeah, just reset all that mess back to normal. I have now fiddled with literally everything. And what has it gotten me? I look a fool. I look a fool, and it is all your fault. Specifically. Nobody can say I didn't do everything. Are we all content? Are we content with my settings fiddling? Are we all having ourselves a grand old time? Technically, I think, like, every slider position counts towards it. I did use every the slider! I used every slider! Every single slider that slid in a slide, alright? I slid slad. I slid slad! Ooh. You're telling me that I really didn't slide everything? How's this for sliding? Are we sliding enough? Are we sliding? You have to have every slider at every single increment at some point in time. Woo! Okay. Hi. Don't worry, guys. I found another slider. I found the slider! I'm sliding so many things right now! Woo! 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 Everybody, don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Hang on. Hold up. Hold up. Hang on. Because I am the master of the slide. I am the sliding man. I am the slider. I will slide all over. I will slide. I will the slide. I am the slide. I am the slide. All right, don't worry, Fern. I'm going to only go and transform this bucket into the greatest prize of all. Dang it, I didn't actually... hang on. This is important. This is important to me and nobody else. Okay. Hit it with some of this. Boom! Boom, 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 boom! Oh, it's too tiny. You can't see it. Why is it up? Oh, right, because I set the bucket to be upside down. Hang on. Boom! I am the settings world champion. It's me! I am the cool guy! And you know what? It's never gonna leave. Everybody needs to know. Everybody needs to know that I am the champion of settings. I am the one that is the one that is the one that is the one. I'm gonna go find the damn exit now. I worked hard for that, man. I deserve to be able to hold on to it for the rest of my days. Simple as that. I am the champion. For the rest of us, we're actually enjoying things that are The door opened because I'm the settings champion now? Oh. Well, you know what? That makes a shockingly large amount of sense. That makes a lot of sense. It was over there. Right. Okay. This is the song that plays when you're the champion of settings! Okay, well, as much as I do want the song to keep going, I don't want to accidentally, like, play over his words or anything.
Aha!
You thought, yeah.
I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done.
I also
You've
turned the subtitles
experienced
off.
Every setting. Traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu.
Slider?!
We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, I'm ready to sconce some bubbles or whatever it is you just said. Big time, buddy. Big time bumpa-scuttles. Big time bumpa-scuttles. But yeah, I should probably turn those subtitles back on. Sorry. I was kind of in the middle of, like, a thing, you know? I was kind of freaking out. There we are. During my epic freakout, of the likes of which man has never bore witness to before, I may have accidentally left the subtitles off. In fact, I may have left all sorts of variety of things on when I shouldn't have. So, you know, that's something. Hoorah! Okay, so, jump circle, map, free achievement, gym button, merchandise, settings world champion, of which I am! The stupid bucket, the decorations, the epilogue, the collectibles, the infinite hole. Yep. Please tell me that does not include the oven. No, don't worry, the oven is on. I'm not mad, oh my god.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to?
I think
Ready
so,
to
yeah.
move on now?
Why did, for the briefest of moments, did I think that was Joseph Stalin? You know, it doesn't matter. It's all the red. The red is messing with me. It's freaking me out, man. What is this, some sort of conference
So,
room?
Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Is this the
Yes,
room
I
where
know
they
it's
have
not
the...
exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together
That
as one
Stitch ride
single
at Disneyland?
coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Can I hit the gym button while falling down a hole?
Okay.
And the
Are you
bumpscosity?
ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
That's a hell of a game right there.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the problem.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Ooh.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags.
It
And I
is.
do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up
Didn't
to
you have an
anything.
emotional and mental breakdown the last
I
time
wanted
you were
more
asked to
than
make
anything
gags?
to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it.
It might be.
I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
Of course,
With
of course.
respect, with care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous
Power's on the other
title
side,
screen.
but I just see nothing.
A title screen
Oh,
that
no,
says
okay.
with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Go for it, bro.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
All right, sure. Ooh. Look how fancy and overly done it is. Well, as the master of all settings. Yes. These settings are the same as they always were. Very good. Very good. Okay, I'll begin this game. It's very 2 times 2.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building
Balloons!
where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in
And it's gonna
room
stay that way, by the way?
427 and
Dang.
pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what button.
Let's see. I don't think we need the intro anymore, though. So we've just got balloons.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We've got balloons for days,
no matter
people.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find
I'm gonna
a
get
trace
well
of
one
his
day.
co-workers.
I assure you all, one day I will get well. Oh, hey, it's the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I did. I need to check for bumpscosity! Bumpscosity! I gotta adjust that bumpscosity! Oh, yeah. All right, we're at 1,000%. 1,000 bumpscosity. Hell yeah. Man, I finally didn't have the bucket anymore. What was the first thing I did when I saw the bucket? I picked it back up. Oh, God. Is this what Pavlov was talking about? Ugh. I don't like it messing with my brain meat.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I did.
And entered the door on his left.
It can affect endings now? Can it? All right. What would you guys specifically like me to do here? Now do any ending with the bucket. Any ending. There are now double the endings. The bucket rewrites the game.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Okie dokie.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I see. I see.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
It was.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
The door that says I couldn't have a bucket? You're right, that was a thing.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The bucket was never wrong!
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nah. Probably next time, don't take it and finish off the original endings first. I like that idea, and I will. Hang on, is this where it said I wasn't allowed to have a bucket?
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I like this idea. This bucket says a lot. I like this. Jump off the lift to get to the area that isn't allowed to have a bucket. Okay. I will jump off the thingy and I'll go through there. That is what you guys want me to do. I'll do that.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Is there?
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him.
Shut up about
and
jumping
he
to my death. That was an
unthinkingly
accident.
did whatever the bucket asked.
Danger everywhere.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
I mean,
I
what
suppose
is
that would
anything?
explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
I do what I'm told. Is never the end, is never the end, is never the... Oh.
Now then,
Huh.
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Okay.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Yeah. 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 I know me a bucket or not.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Heck! Heck!
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
No, it's a bucket.
An enormous machine that tills the earth.
It's a
I thought
bucket.
This was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up?
It's a bucket.
Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
As a bucket. It was a good bucket. I liked it.
Is this a bucket?
Yeah.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Yeah! It's a bucket! See, I know what I'm doing.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Nah.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Mamma mia! I get it, got it? Get?
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere.
Okay, I wait. This is most definitely not a bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket.
Everything
which
is
of
a
course
bucket.
Not true. Unless, is that what you think?
Yeah.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere
Everything is
moments ago,
bucket.
I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
Yes.
Am I a bucket?
Yes. You
Stanley,
fill
I
yourself
can't
up,
keep
it's a
doing
bucket.
this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
Yeah, you lose that a
I'm
lot.
afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
Why?
Okay, here we go.
Did I just ruin the bucket game?
What happened? Is everything gone?
Everything is a
Why did it
bucket!
disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Everything is
Every
bucket!
single thing in the game was a bucket.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
You should have listened to me, dude.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
I'm glad we could have this
Yes, I
understanding.
actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue.
Yeah, I'm
But
glad
it
to
doesn't
help.
change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what.
I'll reset everything, and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Good call.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Okay.
Who knows what that information might do to a person?
Gotcha.
All right.
Stop
Here
bomb.
we go.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense to me. Okay. Okay. We are officially, everybody, in the money. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So it seems like there's still even more to this game to do. Hot diggity dang, man. I am prepared. I am ready. I didn't expect this game to be so dense, so meaningful, so packed with nutrients, you know? I'm just saying. There's a lot to say, there's a lot to see, there's a lot to do. Which means, in the next part, where I honestly thought this was going to be a 2-part phenomenon, but no! We're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on going down this parallel hole until there ain't nothing left to mine out of it. We're going to do the normal endings. We're going to do some bucket endings. We're going to be doing some crazy things. Get out and back in before leaving? Okay. I did it. I did it for you. Actually, you know what? There is... I'm tempted to do one thing. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, hang on. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, I'm gonna quit to the desktop for a second here. We're gonna close the whole thing down. There you go. Okay. And then we're gonna start the whole thing back up. We'll end the stream the way we began the stream. Man, that's smart. That's smart. Okay. Can you guys see it? Yeah, you guys can see it. Cool. All right. Please enter the current time. All right, so my favorite time. Interesting that the first stream was the originally Stanley Parable, and this one was the Ultra Deluxe stream. We'll start the new content proper. Favorite time, remember. Okay, my favorite time of day. 6 a.m. Now, admittedly, there is some variables to it, but 6 a.m. is generally when my newest video goes up, and if all things are going according to plan, Nightstar usually shows up, and we watch said video, and it's really fun, and it's just a nice time. So I'm going to go ahead and say 6 a.m. Yeah. Ah, 6 a.m., your favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 6 a.m. is. Well, let's use another slider to find it out. Yeah, let's do it. How accurate is 6 a.m.? Pretty god-dang accurate, if I dare say so myself. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. It's pretty fun. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be said. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard, yeah. Let me whip up a couple new ones. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. We're gonna have so many sliders when we start up the stream next week, you guys. It's gonna be nuts. Things are gonna get absolutely bonkers up in here. I love it. Woo! I'm having a great time. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. We're gonna have even more fun next week. You guys are great. Thanks for joining me. And remember, always keep sliding on. Bye, everybody.